connected friend of Ajik Owens and the director of The Perfect Neighbor, Ganbier's uh, documentary film has finally come out on Netflix. I think this was showed at Sundance earlier this year or even late last year. I think it was January, late January this year. And we got the trailer for it sometime, I want to say summer. And I've been looking forward to the release of this. I never heard of the case of this story and nothing else about it. And it's truly heartbreaking. An hour 30 of basically cop cam footage and a few ring doorbell footage, and then you also have some footage from the police station, and then towards the end, a clip from the court case itself. It's just it's just disturbing. This isn't a documentary you're really engaging with. There's no in between interviews, clips, or anything of the sort with family members or any neighbors or anything. It is just a straight up documentary of cop cam footage and other types of footage and nothing else really edited in there. Um, I don't even know where to start. Well, I know I mentioned this in my in Whose Name review, but I'm not good at reviewing documentaries, but I'm gonna try my best here. It's really disturbing how the first 10 to 20 minutes of this documentary were in such a nice community and neighborhood where all the kids are friends with each other and all the adults, except one, seem to be friends with each other, and it seems like a pretty well knit community. Everyone doesn't have problems except for the one person, and that's about it. I mean, I remember growing up when we were kids, everyone, every single neighbor I had, every from every block, we're just friends with each other, and we'd mess around, and we'd run through our neighbors' front yards, and we'd get in trouble with our neighbors' parents, but nothing, nothing like this. Of course, I've never been threatened with a gun in my life. This is Florida, so this is a completely different area than to where I live, but it's just insane how one person can just kill an entire community with one action. I mean, of course, what she did, I will not be saying her name, but what she did throughout the documentary before the shooting, you can clearly tell she's just not a normal person. She's just a derived bitch, and she was gonna do this at some point in her life. And I think she knew her time was coming. She was what, in her early 60s when she did it. She was probably gonna do it anyway, and she just needed a good reason. She thought she could get away with it, and it's sad to happen that it happened to Ajik Owens, unfortunately. Um, I don't even know what to say. The lady responsible for what happened here is an absolute nut job, and the fact she only got 25 years is pretty fucking disgusting. She not only ruined the lives of her neighbors and, of course, the family, and of course, taking the life away of Ajik Owens. I mean, she's just affected so many people's lives. I mean that whole family, her own son seeing her killed, and you have the interview at the or not the interview, but the talk at the ambulance with the police officer, and the officer's asking her son if he's hurt, and he's just saying, "My heart's broken." That was just heartbreaking. Uh, I mean, I can't believe it. Those kids were wonderful. Every time they're on screen or in the camera, they seem like lovely kids. Every time they're doing something or even swearing, they don't even swear. Yeah, some of these kids are in like their early teens, I think, and they're trying their hardest not to swear. They'll just spell it out if they need to, even when they're being interviewed by police, asking what the shooter said. They're still just spelling out swear words and acting as if their mom is gonna hurt them. Grab the belt and spank them if they swear, and she's gone, and they know she's gone. Um, I'm not sure. This is a it's a short documentary. It's not about a perfect neighbor, of course. It's just a person who claims to be a perfect neighbor and claims uh, who they think they are, but in reality they're just an insane cunt. And that phone call, I guess I can bring this up. That phone call she does with the police, where she's crying on the phone, and she's pretending to cry on the phone for like a solid 2 minutes, and then just locks in the second she starts talking about the kids, it sounds like her tears were never even there. Her voice stopped cracking. Her nose stopped being sniffly. It's this lady was a fucking psychopath, and it's a shame she's not getting anything more than she actually is, because this lady's nuts. She lied to the officers during the interrogation, where they asked her about her search history, and she's too stupid to know that they already know what she's done and how she's planned it up to the point where she actually did it. Trying to research the stand your ground law, and even hiding several guns in her garbage can. So she thinks she can get away with it, and then realizing she's going to be caught, she writes a shitty apology letter to the children and anyone else involved in Ajik Owen's life, and it is the most disgraceful, disheartening, and laziest letter I've ever seen written in my life. I don't watch many crime documentaries or YouTube videos anymore, like I did a couple years ago, so I can't really say I've seen this before. That type of letter, that sorry ass apology, it's just disgusting. Um, Rip Ajik Owens. I can't really give a rating for this, but as a documentary, I think it did well enough to inform me about how crazy some people are and how unfortunate this mother's life passed away because she was trying to defend her kids from a psychotic bitch. If you haven't seen The Perfect Neighbor, it's on Netflix. It's I think it's on Netflix. Check it out. It's only an hour 30. There's no interviews with anyone in between any of the cam footage. It's just all cam footage from what I remember correctly, and that's about it. So if you enjoy that type of documentary, I recommend checking this out. This all just shows you how crazy of a bitch someone could be, and how you can ruin a family, a community, and a woman's life all in the span of 2 minutes.